Hey guys, it's Tinny again, and this time I'm going to show you how I do my beard when I'm cosplaying Aizawa. Just a heads up, I usually do this step last, as it can be a little bit messy, and it will rub off on the rest of your makeup until you fix it. So save this part for after you've done all of your eye makeup, contouring, and everything else. But let's go ahead and jump on in. The first step is to take some matte black eyeshadow. And then you can see I already have my contour on, so I'm going to follow the line that I've created along my jaw. I'm making my jaw look more angular so that it has a more masculine look. So I'm making really straight lines. And I don't want it to be underneath my jaw or on top of my jaw. I want that line right on the edge of it. I don't have to worry too much about the sideburn area because Aizawa's wig is a long one and it's not really going to show. After you have that harsh line, you're just going to blend it out a little bit underneath here. You don't want to go too far. Basically, you want it from the edge of your jaw to where your neck really starts. And don't worry about it being perfect, we're just getting some color on there. It's important that you blend your beard down, otherwise it's going to look awkward when you turn your head up or down and you get a different angle than just straight on. I also want my chin to appear squarer and less round. So what I'm doing is creating a little half circle on the underside of my chin. If you have a more square jaw, you can totally skip this, but make sure that you still carry that shadow all the way around the bottom of your jaw. Once you've done that, you're going to want to blend it out, but do this horizontally. That way you don't take the shadow out too far down your neck. Once you have that nice shadow underneath your jaw, what you're going to do is take your brush and blend that shadow upwards. Make sure you're going from along your jaw upwards towards your cheeks. That way it feathers out and it makes it look more natural. Where that shadow ends is something that you're going to need to experiment on your own face to figure out what looks best. For me, I go for just below the hollow of my cheek. So if you suck in your cheeks and make like a fishy face and you see that line that forms, you want to be just below that. Next, we're going to take our square brush and turn it sideways. If you don't have a square brush, you can just go ahead and get a smaller brush for this part. We're going to create the peaks of his beard because he has three, one on each cheek and then one on his chin. Get some more eyeshadow on your brush and we're going to make the three lines that are going to be the highest part of his beards. I like to call him his beard triangles, and I put my beard triangles right where my dimples are. But it's also kind of, I know there's a word for it, but the parentheses around your mouth when you smile. That's where we're going for. So take a second, smile, see where that line forms, and then that's where we're shooting for the highest point of his beard triangles. I'm just going to patent that. I'm calling them beard triangles, okay? So do that on either side. Don't worry about them being perfectly symmetrical, as his beard never is. He's a scruffy boy. Then do the same. You're going to put another peak right in the center of your chin. And then you're going to put smaller lines that are going next to it. You don't want a perfect triangle though. You want it to look irregular so that it looks more natural. Make sure during this process that you make at least 3 weird faces. It's very important. You have to make some weird faces while doing this or you're not doing it right. Once you have the foundation of the top part of his beard in, you're going to go ahead and do the same downwards now. So take your brush and add some lines going from your jaw down onto your neck, right around the same length as where that shadow was you made earlier. Use that as your guide. Make sure during this process to always almost forget your mustache. That's very important. Once you remember that you're supposed to have a mustache, you're going to take your brush. Make sure there's not a ton of the shadow left on it. You just want a very light amount. And you're going to go over your natural mustache. Everybody has a little baby mustache, even if they're completely blonde hairs, and follow that guideline. If you shave it off or you wax off your mustache, I'm so sorry, but you're just going to have to wing it. Try to remember where your phantom mustache used to be and follow that guideline. If you have a Cupid's bow like I do, you want to make sure it's on either side of it. Cutting through your Cupid's bow with your mustache is going to make it look fake. So the first thing that I do is I actually take old worn out eyeliner. I use the marker kind, which I would suggest for this. So you're going to take that and basically mimic the lines that you already have the foundation of and go over the top for added texture. I can't stress this enough, his beard doesn't have to be perfect, and honestly, it shouldn't be perfect. Half the time his beard is just 4 random lines that move around his face from panel to panel. Then I take newer eyeliner that still works good. These are going to be the darkest lines in the beard, so I want them to be shorter than all of the others so that it makes the edge look feathered. That's how I do it, you guys. And if this was helpful, go ahead and drop a like and maybe even a comment about what kind of video you'd like me to make next. Thanks, guys.